So hello friends, welcome back, and in this video we are going to see another good problem from a Zonal Computing Olympiad 2014 by Coach Chef. Problem name is SOPW. I will highly recommend in the starting to go check the problem out. If you have seen the problem, let's see the problem statement first. So it says that we are given an array of size n and we need to find a subsequence such that its sum is minimum, first condition. Second condition is that we need to choose a subsequence such that from every window of size 3, I should choose at least one element, which means that for every sub-array of size 3, I need to choose at least one element. Now, for example, if my n is 10, so like if my elements are 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2, 1, then if I can see that like for my first size of window size 3, I choose one element 1. Then for my next I have one element, so I don't need to worry. For my next I have one element, so I don't need to worry. For my next I will choose one element, which is this. For the next I don't have element, so I will choose right here. Then for the next I have my element right here. Then for my next I have my element right here. Then for my next I have no element, so I will choose 1. Then as you can see for the next text. So as you can clearly see that my answer is 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 4. Now if you start to think over it, then the first hint for you guys to think is that it slightly matches with the longest increasing subsequence problem which we have earlier seen. Now you can clearly see that, okay, let's suppose think of a middle state, which means that let's suppose if I say that, okay, at any stage I am worried about my window of size 3, right? Let's say my stage is right here, my window size of 3. Then let's suppose think I choose one element which is suppose A3, right? So I choose one element which is A3. I could have also chosen A4 or A5, but let's suppose I have chosen A3. Now if I have chosen A3 and my window was of right here from here, which means my window from right here to here, and I have chosen A3, then the next thing which I will worry about is for my next window, which is from here to here, which I showed below. If I have chosen A3, then I will worry about my next window, which means next window of size 3, which means from A4 to A6, which means for A4, A5, A6. Now, if you say that, okay, Aryan, what if I choose A4? If you have choose A4, so you will worry from the next window, which is right here. So my main motive is to show that, okay, for after choosing if let's suppose you choose A3, then after choosing A3, you will worry about the next window, which is of A4, A5, and A6. Now, from A3, you can go to A4, A5, or A6. Sorry. So, you can clearly see that if you think in reverse, then it will be something like this, that A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. Then if you are standing on A5, then you must have arrived A5 from either A4 or A3 or A2. From A4 or A3 or A2. So you can clearly see that, okay, I see what I wanted is I wanted the sum to be minimum, right? Your subsequent sum to be minimum. So I will choose my subsequence such that if I'm arriving on a particular state and I have 3 previous states to arrive to the next state, so I will choose the minimum out of these 3 states to arrive to the next state, which means my dp of I will be nothing but dp of I minus 1, dp of I minus 2, dp of I minus 3 minimum out of these 3, plus I will add this element A5 because I am actually arriving on this element. So you can clearly see that your recursive state would look something like this, that dp of I would be nothing but dp of I minus 1, minimum of dp of I minus 1, dp of I minus 2, and dp of I minus 3, plus a of I because you are actually arriving on this element. Now, as I have told you 100 times that how to find the base cases, see the minimum possible value from which you can start the loop, which is if I have my zero base indexing of my array, then I can clearly start my array from 3, right? So it means that your 0, 1 and 2 are the base cases. Now for these base cases, you can see that, okay, for 0 it will be a of 0, for 1 it will be a of 1, for 2 it will be a of 2. Very simple. Now you might think, okay, what's the answer? Is it dp of I minus 1? But how can you say that? See, the answer would not be dp of I minus 1, but it would be minimum of dp of n minus 1, dp of n minus 2 and dp of n minus 3. Why? See, let's suppose that if you have completed your array, right? Now the final state which you must have computed is for the window of, see, the final state would be the last window, right? Now if you have reached the last window, so you might have ended at a5, or you might have ended at a6, or you might have ended at a7, because if you end at a5 or a6 or a7, all three are valid, which means that your answer, it can lie either on a5 or on a6 or on a7, which means that you will choose the minimum out of dp of n minus 1, dp of n minus 2 and dp of n minus 3, which means this n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3. Very fine. Now I have shown you everything, recursive state, base cases and the final answer. Now I hope that you could be able to write the code, but if you have written and you want to see the code for confirmation, then you can see right here. Firstly, I input my test cases, which is n, then I input my array, then I input that I showed, like I had my base cases, then I run my loop from 3 up to less than n. Then as you can see that what will be my final answer, it will be nothing but dp of n minus 1, dp of n minus 2, dp of n minus 3, whole minimum or out of these three. But what if I have only one element? So it will not have dp of n minus 3, right? So it will be nothing but the element itself, which means dp of 0. What if I have two elements? Still it will not have dp of n minus 3. So I will have the minimum of 1 and 2, which means dp of 0 and dp of 1 minimum. So it will be nothing but right here. If I have three elements, then I will simply take the minimum out of last three numbers, which means minimum of dp of n minus 1, dp of n minus 2 and dp of n minus 3. It is right here. Although I have written in two steps, but you can also write it as minimum of bracket and then curly braces dp of n minus 1, dp of n minus 2 and dp of n minus 3. By this you can write any number of numbers and you can take minimum in one line only. Yeah, like it's not necessary to take minimum out of 2 to 2. You can take minimum of any number of arguments. So yeah, it was pretty simple question. The only thing was, okay, how to think and then how to think in reverse. So yeah, I hope that you guys must have understood the problem, and if yes, then do hit the like button and make sure that every Saturday and Sunday we will have lectures at 9 PM, and for Codeforce and Codeshare it will be after contest. So yeah, it's all for this video, and see you guys next video. Until then, be happy and keep coding. Bye.